Good evening. There's a beautiful song written by Lin-Manuel Miranda entitled Dear Theodosia that I would sing to Mia and James every night before they went to bed. The song itself is a letter sung by two different fathers about the newfound pride they have in being a father. They are beginning to realize that they must make sacrifices in their own lives in order to be there for their respective child. The song speaks of hope in the future, of working hard to provide a great life for their children, and of promises they intend to keep. They both committed to dedicating every day to their child. When Mia was a baby, I remember this moment. To me, this is why the song is so personally meaningful. The song dreams of a better future for your child. As a parent, it is what I wanted for her, that I would try to provide her an amazing life, even if I had to bleed for it. Well, what makes me sad is that Mia is now gone. And I am forced to dedicate myself to her every day in a different way. In an effort to do that, I felt it apropos to write her a letter and tell her how she made me and her mother and her brother feel. So here is my letter to Mia for all of you to hear. Dear my little Mia, I want to say to you, I'm so very proud of you. You are far braver than me. I am most impressed with your ability to do what you had to do. Even in the face of all the things you couldn't control, you would amaze us by pointing out something you were lucky for. This is seriously amazing. You would forget about the struggle and find the silver lining. As hard as it is for Mamo, James, and me right now to not have you, I am comforted to know how vibrantly and toughly you lived each day you had. Mommy's strength, my strength, and James's strength came from you. I don't know what we are going to do without it in daily physical form. So many people tell us that they were inspired by you. My gosh, if they even knew you half as well as me and Mommy and James, we could use that kind of inspiration to create real change. I promise you, Mia, that I will bleed and fight for you and other innocent children put in your situation. Although, I also promise you that your fight will not be the only thing I remember you for. Your caring spirit and subtle ability to help people who are scared or anxious, so admirable. I remember how much you comforted your brother most, even when you were struggling yourself. In fact, the last person you gave comfort to was him. I gave him a kiss on his cheek and told him you hoped the bruise he sustained on his face from being dropped by his Auntie Casey as she slipped in the snow, there we go, I need to get to that, would feel better soon. It was all but gone the next morning. I loved your laugh. Oh, did we laugh a lot. I loved the jokes at the table was a thing in our house. Mom and I promise that we will keep them up for James and for us. To prove it, here's a couple. What did Mario say when he broke up with Princess Peach?
What?
It's not you, it's a me, Mario. How much does a hipster weigh? An Instagram. Did you hear the one about the mushroom that walked into a bar? Well, she wouldn't get this one. So he goes into the bar, he goes up to the bartender, says, I'll have a gin and tonic. Bartender says, get out of here, we don't serve your kind. He goes, what? I'm a fun guy. Mia, as much as I wish this letter was being written for a different reason, please know that Mamo, James, and I were most happy when you were happy. The same spark that I saw in your eye would glimmer in ours. You brought us together with singing and terribly uncoordinated dancing. I do have to tell you that I think your coordination was a result of you learning to walk before you learned to clap. You were always trying to do the next hardest thing before focusing on something that would help you keep the beat in the task. And that I loved you for. There were a great number of people who are going to be hurting right now because you were gone. What I have to say to them is what I have to say to you. Please, Mia, dedicate your first rays of love to Mamo, James, and me every day, because we will need it most. Then focus on shining your light on everyone else. Don't spread your love too thin, because then we will not be able to feel it as much. We promise to do the same for you. Love, Dad. This letter is the eulogy I delivered with Marian and James standing by my side at Mia's funeral this past March. My intention in sharing it with you tonight is twofold. One, to bring you into that moment, and two, to leave you with this message. We got involved in organizations like Infinite Love for Kids Fighting Cancer to help people, to educate them, to provide them with the most precious thing one person could give to another, and that's hope. Thank you for being a part of the solution tonight.